Okay, looks like we're live. Welcome, welcome to the Tanya 23 experience. Tonight we are back. And look, we have a full panel. Everyone is going to introduce themselves. Yay! Because I was about to get panicky having to read. I left my glasses upstairs, so I have to get everybody's name, but it's best for everybody to introduce themselves briefly. So tonight we are going to talk about a plethora of things. And let's get into everybody on the panel. We can just go straight across. Start with Sister Yvette.
Peace and love, Black family. My name is Yvette. I am affectionately known to Baltimore and other places as Mama Earth. I much prefer to be called Mama Earth because
Sister
Earth gives
Yvette,
life. Yeah. Can you can you hear
can
me?
you hear me? Can you turn up your volume just a little bit? See if we can get a little more volume. If not, that's okay.
I think that's it.
Or maybe move closer to the mic if you can. Just make sure
Okay.
everybody can hear you. Yeah.
Can you hear
Sorry
me?
about that.
That's
That's
better.
better for me. Everybody else can hear?
It's better.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Oh.
There you go.
As I said, peace and love, Black family. My name is Yvette. My what they call it, your government name is
Yeah.
Yvette, but I'm affectionately known throughout this place called world as Mama Earth. And as I said, I much prefer to be called Mama Earth because Earth gives life. And that's exactly what I'm about. I'm about giving life and that healing and that spirit to my family, my Black people. So I'm happy to be on the show. Let's get it.
I'm
Yes.
Teresa. I'm Teresa Covington. Government name. Given name. Goddess Hatshepsut. I'm glad to be here. Part of the live.
Welcome.
Thank you.
We have next Brother Gerald.
He wasn't on Gerald.
Is
He
he
wasn't
on?
on when you said what you said.
Oh, maybe he's on mute. Brother Gerald, you want to give a brief introduction? I don't think he can hear me.
I don't think so either.
I think you have. Let me see if he's on mute. No, he's not on mute on this end. Can you hear us, Brother Gerald?
I think
Okay.
it might be
Uh,
frozen. His camera might be frozen.
yeah, it might be. All right, Brother Sankofa, you up?
Okay. Most people know me. I'm General T'Chaka Sankofa of the Street Law Soldiers, and we're worldwide, worldly known, national as well as international. And we actually have two guests on the show that are Street Law Soldier representatives, which is Teresa Covington and Gerald Moore. I don't know why Teresa didn't mention that, but
I'm sorry. Nervous.
okay, it's all good though. So you all know who the general is. So I want to hear from you all. I want you all to build this evening. As always, it's an honor to be among uh, a lot of strong, conscious minds that ancestral minds and ancestral energies that have brought us together on this journey. And it's such a blessing, as Mom Earth was saying when she was speaking on how everybody's day went. Everybody's day is a blessing to be here, to be able to fight the forces of evil and come up with a strategic, foolproof plan to combat all of the vices that are um holding us down and not allowing us to have liberation and salvation and emancipation, and most of all, to give our children and the future generations a shot and liberation, a chance at liberation and personal freedom, which hopefully we may get a glimpse of. But nevertheless, even with that, even if we don't get that opportunity, we'll still be able to lay a foundation down for our future generations. So it's always a blessing to be able to meditate and wake up and be able to, you know, fight much harder each day and grind much harder each day and network and build as a family, as a unit, as a united front.
That's right. That's right. Well, welcome everyone. Go ahead,
Thank
sis.
you. Thank you.
I wish to beg for complete forgiveness for my um, not mentioning and giving honor to a fabulous, amazing, strong organization such as the UNIA. Lady President, I've been fortunate to be asked to become Lady President of such a phenomenal organization. So sometimes it's unbelievable. And my apologies to those who are a part of the UNIA, me neglecting to say that. And I just want to give respect to them, the Universal Negro Improvement Association of Baltimore, Division 106.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
And
Brother Gerald,
okay,
can
Gerald,
you
can you
hear us?
hear? Gerald.
it's still freezing up on them.
Yeah, it's
Uh-huh.
freezing up.
I have to move to another area in the house.
Yeah,
More than
indeed.
likely towards the window or wherever there's no interference of a signal.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, if he can hear you. If not, maybe Brother Sankofa, you can text him right quick. I don't know
Oh,
if he can
hey,
hear us. But yeah, um, always a blessing for sure every day.
Okay. No, just
I was talking to a couple of elderly. I think here we go. Brother Gerald, can you hear us? Okay, I think he's still working on it. Set up.
Find a spot.
As I was saying, I was talking to a couple of elderly people today, and they were talking about because you know at the beginning of every year they do this adjusting of Medicare, the cost of Medicare when you either disabled or retired or whatever. And so the amount that the most vulnerable class, which is the disabled, have they pay like close to $200 a month for Medicare. So the government has them paying for the Medicare little insurance that really don't cover anything if you get real sick and whatnot. Testing and stuff like that, it doesn't fully cover. And so it's just getting really bad for this class, especially our class people that fall in that category. They take it for granted that they think everyone is on Section 8 because you're disabled, which is not the case. It's very hard to get Section 8. If you can muster the 10, 20-year waiting list they have or whatever, and you can get in, and they're supposed to give disabled people preference. But yeah, so it's just getting worse and worse in that category. And it's, you know, it's the elderly, disabled children and whatnot. That class of our people are really suffering. Yeah, I got wind of that earlier today. So I said, wow, that's just another thing to work on, because the rents, as we know, have what doubled and almost tripled in some places
Yes.
since
Yes.
this COVID and
Especially,
whatnot. Yeah,
especially
and it,
Texas. It
Yes,
don't
it's
want
hitting our community everywhere the hardest,
to. Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
and I'm just not sure how are people actually living because if you get Social Security, that money is not that much. You
Right.
know, you lucky if you get $1,000 a month.
Exactly. You'd have to
So
be in California then, and then you get that thousand. Then that still ain't enough in Cali.
right, because your
Uh,
rent is probably more than that in most
oh
places.
yeah,
Even
exactly.
for
One
one person.
bedroom. One
Yeah.
bedroom take your whole check, and plus somebody got to live with you to do that.
Yeah, and so like it's just crazy that they're quite aware that there needs to be some sort of supplement for their rent, but now they're paying for the medical insurance too. So that's what I
Well,
tell the kids that are working now, what they have to look forward to when they retire. Oh,
Right.
everybody's with got that retirement goal there, but when you get there, don't get too excited. Make sure they make the right decisions with their money moving forward, and while they're young and stuff like that. It's just crazy.
but all of this is a strategic plan.
Absolutely.
All of it is a plan. If you attack the economy, if you attack the economy, if you attack the food, if you attack the water, wouldn't you be more subservient? Wouldn't you be more willing to follow? So that's all that's for. It's a plan for obedience. It's to be obedient to the system.
Right.
And
Mm.
we have to see it is for what it is. I mean, you take out half of the world with a disease, a pestilence, and here you have a pestilence that's brewing now to take out some more. You devastate people's pockets and you devastate people's life, livable conditions. You devastate that, you got you a willing slave. That's why it's necessary for us to come together. It's necessary for us to come together with your hammer and your nails and let's build this house.
Right. Live off the
Oh,
grid.
yes, and support one another because
Exactly.
like me,
When
I
I
make
say build a house, when I'm saying build
mhm,
a house, I'm talking about each
literally.
person coming together
Right.
as one unit, like a big
Right.
strong house. Yes, we
Right.
can go to different parts of the country to build farms. That way, if you gotta go over to Texas, North Carolina can get their food. You understand? Virginia, we could eat. We have to build that type of alliance with one
Right.
another and tap out
Yeah,
on that ego shit.
Where do we
exactly.
Ego.
start at? Where do
Yeah.
we start at?
Where you start at is, first of all, you can't build a strong house on sand. You got to build a house on strong, solid ground. So in order to become that solid ground, you got to be a healed individual. You can't build no house where nobody
Oh,
sits.
absolutely.
So
Not
what
here.
we
Not
have to
here.
do, we have to deal with healing one another. Speaking to my spirit when you see my face hanging low. When you know my story and you know I done traveled through some journeys, come and give me a hug. That's
Right on.
building. That's
Right.
building because now you're building a relationship with
Can
your community. So that's how we
can
build that
y'all hear me?
strong house.
Now we can.
Yeah, I hear you now, brother. Can you hear us?
I don't know what it is.
Can you hear us?
I don't think so.
We can hear you, man.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't hear you all at all.
Mm-mm-mm. There's nothing muted on this end, and we can hear him, so that's working. I'm not sure. I'm sorry, sister.
Turn your volume up.
You hear you now.
Yeah.
Chaka, can you
Yes.
text her?
Who
Oh,
who was speaking? We
Turn
can
the-
J-
keep it moving.
oh, that was Sister
No,
Yvette.
Mama, she was speaking. She was talking about
Yeah.
building, really basically
Yes.
touching on a lot of agricultural aspects that we need to work on.
Yeah.
Yes, and building alliances across states, definitely.
Definitely.
We're
Definitely.
missing Sister Elaine tonight.
Oh,
Thought she said she was gonna be through.
Is she
She's in
coming on?
Atlanta. She said she was, and I sent a text to remind her. She didn't reply. Something might have
Ken
happened.
Wado, he's backstage.
Oh, let me see. I'm sorry. Okay, it is.
Peace, brother.
Peace,
Ken Wado.
Kenwato. Can you hear me?
Brother Kenwater.
How y'all doing?
All
All right.
right.
All right. Peace, peace. We
Peace.
went around and did a little introduction. Being that you just coming on, we'll give you your time.
Okay.
Introduce yourself to everybody.
How y'all doing? I'm Ken Wado. Born and raised in Chicago. I've been in Atlanta for about 20 years, 21 years, not the new year. I've been active. I could say I got it. Well, my father was a Black Panther, so a lot of the stuff that my values and what I instill, what I feel about, really come from him because he wasn't a quiet Black Panther. He was one of them real loud, radical Black Panthers and stuff.
Yeah.
So my mother was an educator. You know what I mean? And it taught me a lot about our history. You know what I mean? And I've been down here in Atlanta. Been in the community, been active in the community for about 13 years now. Heavily active. I care about my
All
people.
right.
That's what I'm all
Yes.
about.
And you have your own channel. What's the name of your channel?
Yeah, Rebel Vision Television. We come on at 9 p.m. right after when I get off of here, we'll hop on there.
Yes.
Rebel Vision on YouTube. Yeah.
Absolutely. Shout out to Rebel Vision, and I'll be over there in the chat and whatnot.
Okay, cool.
And doing some visitation over there with y'all for sure.
All right.
We were
Appreciate it.
just having starting out the conversation of building, we are across states and whatnot on agriculture and different basic needs that are going to get scarce moving forward, starting to build alliances of, like you said, food. We have plenty of farmers. Everyone down south pretty much grows their own produce, that the ones that have their own land and whatnot. Plenty of our people are down there growing wonderful fruits and vegetables, and also, animal farming and whatnot. So yeah, that's a great idea. And so just with us is how we start. We have Texas in the house. We have uh uh with DC, Maryland, uh with Brother Kenwato. You said Chicago you coming from?
I'm born and raised in Chicago. I've been in
Oh,
Atlanta
okay.
for 21 years now.
Oh, okay. And so
Okay.
yeah, that's pretty much how you build. Everybody in their area locate that farmland or make that connection, and then we work from there wherever there's a need. because it seems Brother Sankofa, you have a food drive, and so that's a channel as well. And I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do also. There's so many opportunities in this area where I am. I could do a food pantry, and I got to look into the requirements for that. But yeah, there's a couple different ways I can work it from my area mm, as well. I'm currently a renter, but I was even thinking about purchasing land just for that, to cultivate it. Because I do my own little growing, but it's not on a large scale or whatnot. I produce maybe I can share with my neighbor some tomatoes and cucumbers and whatnot, but I have been practicing my green thumb, and so I got it. I right where I'm at, which is like a little urban area. Past summer, I grew my own watermelons. I grew 8 watermelons. I grew like 6 or 7 cantaloupes, and I did my own herbs. I did the purple squash, the big purple, pretty deep purple squash. I did that for the first time. Uh and there's just so many things that you just need to plant it and it just grows. So for the past 5 uh growing seasons, I've been, growing, and even in the large uh they're called sustainable little pots, and they're made out of biodegradable material, and you can water it and everything. Those are pretty good growing pots, and I even use that. So if you're living in the city, that's no excuse. You could still grow. You know, they got rooftop projects, and we just got to do it. They sell dirt at Family Dollar. I
Right.
started with getting my little soil from there, and then I upgraded to getting like the vegetable soil from places like Ollie's discount stores where they have a bunch of gardening stuff. But yeah, it paid off, and it was a good feeling too.
That's important.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Peppers, we did green peppers, stuff like that. It's a job. I wasn't able to go anywhere this summer. I couldn't leave my any of my plants. I had to tend to the plants every day, so you definitely dedicating your time. You're not going on no week vacation or nothing nowhere.
We have two farmers here in Baltimore. One
Wow.
I know personally, one I associated with at the Be More Green. He owns Be More Green on the corner of North Avenue and I forget the other cross street. And the other farmer I know very well. He's like a brother of mine. He has 7 acres that
Mm,
he I've been trying to get organizations to come in with him to upkeep the farm, but they go out there, people go out there and they catch the idea. They'll catch the idea for that slight moment. And then they
right.
lose interest over a period of time because he's asking for help to maintain that farm. And I suggested that he divide the land up into plots
Mhm.
and charge a certain amount of debts. That's putting in money into the farm.
That's right
I
up
even
my
suggest
alley.
that. But people just don't catch. And what I say is, don't wait till you feel the raindrop dropping before the storm comes down.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
that's crazy.
I know.
We see the clouds
Absolutely.
now. We see the clouds now. Don't wait till the rain start falling and grab an umbrella.
I see
So
Elaine trying.
it's black owned farmers out here, and we need to support them. We're not living in a time now we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just go get me some land. No, you need land that has been tilled, has been fertilized, has been
Yeah.
taken care of. The dirt has been turned. You need that.
Yeah.
You need that. And so, why not collaborate with another farmer to keep it going? He did majority of the work by tilling the ground.
Yeah.
Invest in his farm, and I know like I said, I know this brother who's been trying very hard to get black people to catch on now. We need to have our own
Right.
land. And here, my 7 acres, I'm letting y'all come now. Come on. Ain't
That's
nobody
crazy.
really
I
right.
have been looking for
Yeah.
something like that myself. I would jump right on it.
But
But
contact me. I
yeah,
will give you. And he would welcome that help because I have been trying to get people, like I said, on with it with the land.
yeah.
He's saying he's always been UNIA, and he's going to go out of here UNIA. But he's not an official UNIA member, but
Hmm.
he lived by the concept of us helping each other. So
Right.
he's
Mm.
opening up his land, and that land is so large, you can grow food and have goats
Animals.
or
Yeah.
chicken. Yeah,
Hmm.
he has like three or
At
four
least
bars
chicken.
going on there.
Yeah.
He has enough space where we could go in. So I've been trying a while to get people to catch on. So hopefully soon. I mean,
Hmm.
you can't dictate how this thing gonna
Right.
go.
And see, this the thing. When you have the land like that, the builders, like you were saying, can come together. They could put a little house there, and somebody can live on the land. That way, somebody's always
It is
watching
a
it,
house on there.
and
It
you
just
know,
needs
yeah,
repair.
yeah, for
Mm.
your, for your stay, you work for
Hmm.
your stay, and you working on the farm, like you started out like that, and that's where we could start it out. But we have to wake up. Like we gotta wake up. You go and look in them grocery stores now at the selection of stuff. And these is in the nicest stores, the prices is up, but that stuff is looking shady, you know.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah,
I,
I goes over to the Mexican grocery stores and get what the stuff I need, but they carrying the little specific items that, that I'm looking for. So
I can
we
tell
don't
you,
own any of those things. And if we could get the farming together, then we could start to get our grocery stores together, you
do y'all
know. We
do
could
y'all
start.
have community gardens like in Baltimore?
Yeah,
I
I
didn't.
know heard of separate projects, um, and it's usually through a church and whatnot. And
See,
so in order to be part of the project, it's a lot of politics with that. But
I didn't hear what the
yeah,
brother said.
I said I was asking her, is it community gardens in Baltimore? 'Cause I know down here in Atlanta, it's a lot down here. It's one
They
right
have
down.
them in. Yes, they do.
There's one right down. It literally about 3 blocks away from here. All you have to do is help with the gardening. They give you all the fruits and vegetables you want.
Hmm.
There's one like that here too. You don't even have to help. They just grow it and you can go pick it. Bring it back and help yourself.
Yeah. But like she said, with like the tilling and everything, a lot of people just don't want to do the work. 'Cause that's some work.
Yeah.
It's good exercise.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't want to work, man.
I know, but it's gonna
Hey,
come to a point where
you know,
you know,
I don't know, but Ross Marvin down here, he had a big garden down here, man. He moved now, but yeah, we used to go get stuff and help him with his garden. You know,
hmm
he used to be the president of the UNIA down here. He the treasurer now. But yeah, we used to go help him with it. They had a big, we used to see them cabbages, so big. I got
yeah,
cabbages.
yes, that's what I'm
What?
talking about.
Wow, yeah.
And I got that kind of green thumb. Well, I grew up watching my mother always had a garden. And even if we didn't have, well, you just need like a little corner of land. I've watched my mother work a corner of land for years, and have all kinds of everything. So we just need to get out there and do it. And like I said, this is our land. We've been cultivating it, but we got to go back to that now, to literally
Hmm.
feed ourselves.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, because me, I'm a vegetarian, right? Trying to work on being a vegan, but like if you go to the grocery store, if you don't grow it yourself, you still eating poison.
Right. And
Right?
you
Hmm.
paying a lot more. Yeah, it costs a lot to eat healthy.
And then when they say organic, I don't even believe when they say it's organic. I don't think if it's coming
Right.
from the
Isn't
store.
that like an oxymoron? It costs a lot
Yeah,
to eat healthy.
yeah, I don't trust those people, man. They just have you pay more, man. That's all. But
I'm
yeah, if you
trying
don't
to
go
help
up those
Sister
stuff,
Elaine get in.
okay.
Her camera's not on, but I'm texting her.
Well, they do what they do now is in the white communities and the white grocery stores, the so-called organic fruits and vegetables and produce, when they're about to go bad, they would send them in the black communities. And now
Mm.
they switching tags. So you don't know if you're getting they'll have in the black grocery stores that is organic, but it's actually GMOs.
Mhm.
And so you thinking mentally that you actually eating healthy, but you eating just like everybody. You eating the same thing that everybody else is eating. You eating GMOs as well.
Yep,
Only way
And
to
so,
tell is if they have the seeds in it. If it
yep,
has the seeds in
yep,
it, then it's not GMO. That's the
yep,
only way. And all of the grapes is trying to be GMO. It's
Right.
hard to
No
find
yep.
grapes
seeds.
with seeds. You
No
gotta
I,
go
seeds.
to like the little specialty stores, the Spanish stores or the Mexican stores. They got the real fruit.
yeah,
They
yeah,
do a
because
lot of growing themselves, though. They grow a lot of their own.
They pushing a lot of seedless stuff on they people too. It's in every store. Like I know they pushing it on the black community, but I've literally seen it everywhere. It's in the upper echelon stores. They're pushing that GMO on everybody.
Right.
You know, so it's hard
uh,
to find a watermelon with seeds in it.
like I had a question though, because when I was coming up, it wasn't no such thing as GMO and all this. When did they actually start making GMO foods?
in the
Like
in the
in the
'80s,
'80s, I was gonna say.
after the murder of Reginald Lewis that came out of Baltimore, he had the first black
Billionaire.
organic and healthy food corporation called Beatrice.
Mm.
Okay,
And so they, and that was the beginning of the embryo of the GMO, but they had to move him out of the way.
Mm.
They had to move him out of the way. Now, if you look at like when you go back in the '70s, like the movie Soil and Green, yeah, the first three letters is
We're gonna
soy.
do this
So,
again.
right,
even with soy sauce and all this
yeah,
type of stuff. So the play has been put in, decades ago. Now it's manifesting because they have to develop us in a habit of our physical dependence on these chemicals. And so when you give our people that physical dependence, then you're able to implement other types of illnesses and disease. This is what causes fear because when you have a high level of estrogen in a lot of foods and men taking that estrogen, it makes them highly sensitive and also takes the testosterone out of men and it also makes them fearful of these globalists. And so they're more prone to be more submissive to and more docile to the agendas. And so when you implement those particular illnesses and all these diseases along with programming, like the white dude Noam Chomsky was talking about programming, and then you separate things into a class system, and then they'll push those agendas that we're lower class, we're minorities, we're the bottom of the barrel, and then we begin to incorporate that and accept that, and then we function on that type of energy and frequency, and so they're able to manipulate us and control us and robotize us because
Mm.
now they have our people so petrified and scared that they're willing to submit to anything. I believe somebody was talking about how the Medicare system, how they will make you literally buckle to your knees with the crumbs that they give you for healthcare now.
Okay.
Queen is Offset mentioned $200 a month. Now there's some medications that are $600 and $700. So
Mhm.
there's the health care is at zero. And this is part of submission too. This is part of the social order. This is part of the social order that we have accepted as the social norm because we have lost our ability and have lost our dignity and have forgotten about our ancestral history, having tapped into our ancestral spirits to fight back. And so they're able to do and manipulate and tell us what they want through media, through sports. Because as long as you can comatose the people, you can, if you can entertain them at the same time, then you can rock them to sleep. And that what was taking place back in Nazi Germany. In those concentration camps, they played certain musics to play on the heartstrings and emotions of the people before they exterminated them. And this is the same process that's going on in this country today, where they train us to go against one another. They train us that we are the ops, we are our own ops, we are our greatest enemies. Then you have implants, people that look like us that push those agendas, and the most dangerous ones are the ones that give us false hope, the false leadership. Those are the most dangerous people to our growth and development and to our liberation. And so it's a lot of different entities as well as energies and agendas that they have put in place for our destruction. And so it's imperative that we do find proper, healthy soil, begin to grow our own foods, because it's going to come a time, if you look at Bill Gates' agenda and the globalist agendas, they want to be in position and power where they'll control the entire food population, where they'll determine who's eligible to get a sandwich. This is what they're working on now. And then they determine who lives or dies in terms of healthcare. So if you don't fit a certain bracket, you will not receive adequate healthcare. You will not receive anything that will be life sustaining. So it's important that we do our best to be self-supporting, taking in herbs and eating properly, because food is a weapon of mass destruction. It's a serious weapon, and all of us are victims of it. All of us are victims of it. It takes years to actually detox and rid your body of GMOs, of toxins, poisons, metals, and things of that nature. And a lot of us don't fast. A lot of us don't meditate. A lot of us don't pray. A lot of us don't deal with our own reflections. And so that plays a major part into us as the people, because we can talk all day, and I'm just tired of talking. I'm just at my saturation point with a whole bunch of what we need to do instead of not doing it. And this year alone, we have the truth has been, a lot of things are being exposed, but we have to be able to act on it. We can't sit around and everybody's exposed. Then what? We're supposed to counter it. We're supposed to act on it. We're supposed to act on it. We're supposed to, have certain avenues. Everybody can't grow food, but some people can form military, paramilitary. Some people can do first aid, CPR, nursing. Some people can do intellectual studies. Some people can teach combat, because a lot of times we under this docile mindset that we don't have to fight. All we're gonna have to do is pray our way through. And anybody that thinks like that is out of their damn mind. It's literally out of their minds, because You know, the globalists and these people, you're gonna have to get it back like they got it from us. They got it through bloodshed, they got it through carnage, they got it through weaponry, they got it through strategic genocide. And that's the only response that we're gonna have to use. But in order to even get to that level, that's about 30 levels later. We're gonna have to clean our own houses. We're gonna have to be able to be fit to be able to teach, to be able to walk, to be able to talk, to be able to get out here in these communities, to be able to show the world that there are groups and thousands of us that are linked together that have been vetted thoroughly, vetted, that are willing to sacrifice their lives. And you will be surprised of how many people are waiting, how many people that are living in project housing, how many people that are being violated, children that are hoping one day that the people that look like them will come and get them out of these conditions and these situations.
Yes, especially our schools situation, what our children are being taught, what they're not being taught, just coming at them with the different gender situation. We just have to get started under the umbrellas that we have. Peace, Sister Elaine. I see you got in. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay,
Hey,
we
Peace,
can hear
Sister
peace,
Elaine.
you.
sister, peace.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm good. I was just having a time. I was listening to you the whole time. So, I was writing down stuff and I was trying to get in, but I'm in now, so I feel better.
Yes, feel
good.
free to chime in. So you're up to date on the conversation.
Oh, yeah. I want to start by talking about the elderly and what's going on with them. Someone was speaking about them, about the housing, and, we have an issue right now with our elderly people. First of all, they're being targeted. We know that. Um, and they have New York have programs to assist in killing the elderly, starving
Mm,
them. Um, it's called New York Assisted Suicide Program. And of course, we know who's going to be the first one. The same thing with the handicapped children. All of this is part of the eugenics movement. They would rather kill you than to feed you. Let's put it that way.
mhm.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry.
true for sure.
Uh, yeah, they would rather kill you than to feed you. This is Janice Taylor on the phone.
Hmm.
Can someone take over? Let me speak to her and send her the
Sure.
link.
Yeah,
Hi,
I can put you
Janice.
on mute. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Did you need
Uh,
me to mute you?
yes, no, just send Janice Taylor the link to get in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if I can send it to her. I don't have her information. I can.
Don't worry
It's in.
about it.
I
Don't
send
worry
it to
about it.
you. Oh, I
Okay.
was gonna say I
So,
could send it to you, Elaine, and you could send it to her.
okay, can you send it to the 470 number?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'll just send it to Janice. I'm going to get it for you. So anyway, it is a plot, a plan to get rid of us. And again, they would rather kill us than to feed us. And a lot of Canada has the same program, Canada Assisted Suicide. So, this is what we have to stop putting our people in nursing homes, because when they put them in a nursing home, they're not going to feed them. They're just going to let them sit there and die. And then they don't want to help children that is born with health issues. They would rather kill them because they don't want to feed them. So that's one issue right there. And then someone was talking about the food that we're eating. All that food is deadly. Everything that we're consuming It's not good for us. It causes cancer. It causes brain damage. It causes all kinds of health problems, diabetes. It causes all kinds of health problems. So we have to, like the brother was saying, we have to start growing our own food. The general was saying we have to start growing our own food, even if we get containers and plant the food on your deck, because I do that every year. So, we can get a raised garden, put it on your deck. You can start planting food inside your home. So, there's a lot of things that we can do that help our people to survive. And I can't understand why California is giving these illegal aliens that's coming into this country
Yeah.
3.1 trillion dollars for health care.
Mm.
No, $1 billion for health care, but yet and still we can't have it. They were taking people out of the hotels and they were putting them on the street, and then putting these illegal people in the room where these other people were living in, where the homeless here was living in. They're putting our people on the street. That's not right. Why would you do that? And as a matter of fact, why would you even, you got to have a purpose for bringing these people over here. They didn't walk thousands of miles just to get over here from Haiti over here. I'm quite sure they're putting them on planes and dropping them off somewhere. They're bringing these people here, but it is
Yeah.
sad that we have to drink this water. We don't have health care. I believe that with our youth, I believe that what we need to do is, instead of putting them in colleges or universities that they have to pay this money back, I believe that we should teach them hands-on skill. The general was talking, I am a painter. I do drywall finishing. I can do a lot of stuff. So I can take and teach. If you have a carpentry, if you know how to do carpentry, you could do that. Somebody can do brick mason. So this is what we do. So this way our people can go out there and survive. All we need to do is get the skilled people that have hands on and know how to do these things. Even landscaping.
Mhm.
We can
Okay.
do this. We can do this. We can do this. But mainly we need to keep our children out of foster care, and we need to keep our elderly out of the nursing home, because again, they have eugenics, euthanasia, and assisted suicide,
Mm.
and they're going to target our people first before they target anyone else, because they
Like
want to get
always.
rid of so many billion of people, and we're going first.
Right.
Well, yeah, when you look at the when we speak on our elders, our great elders, our great beloved elders,
Janice, how you doing?
um, they actually were first to be targeted during this so-called pandemic, scamdemic, transdemic. They were the first to be targeted because they was claiming that elderly health care was at a deficit, and that it was costing too many billions of dollars to keep the to maintain the lives of those
Mm.
who laid the foundations down for us to actually be existing today. And so those were the first people that they actually wanted to eliminate. And a brother just commented stating that that they're now taking the elders out of these nursing homes and these assisted living programs and replacing them with legal aliens. And
Mm.
so they in the rehab centers. And so once again, this is not just about talking. We can no longer just talk. We have to our agenda as a street law soldiers, we're trying to set up and been as working with Ken Waldo, because we visit Atlanta about 3 times a year and link up with Ken Waldo, Brother Knowledge, Queen Shelly Set, and others that are true to this fight. And so we must connect, physically make connections. And I'm not talking about annually or anything like that. We have to have constant physical connections. Number one, to reinforce ourselves, because most of us that have knowledge of self, that are on this journey, don't have a lot of people around them that understand your journey. And it's not, and they may not never understand the journey. Some don't want to understand the journey. Some are scared to be a part of the journey. And so it takes, the great minds as these 6 individuals that are on this live, that is part of documented history, to have the grueling task of uniting, coming together, bringing cohesiveness to be able to come up with some strategic plans, and also create our own economic infrastructure, because we can't do anything. We can't link up with anybody. We can't make nothing happen without some type of economical infrastructure. And so these things are imperative, because I look at Sister Aset Amin Ra, Mama Earth, Brother Ken Waldo, Sister Elaine, Teresa Covington, and others who are extraordinarily talented in various areas. And so we must key in on those areas and help establish economic infrastructures on all these particular areas, whether it's the healthcare, whether it's holistic healing, whether it's tarot card reading, whether it's clothing line, whether it's selling shea butter, sea moss, those things can allow us to be self-supporting. Because I'm gonna tell you, once you start or asking for these grants and begging, because I'm not begging nobody. I'm not begging for shit.
No, I have
So
to actually.
I'm not even begging for my life, not to the hands of the oppressor anyway. And so when you get those grants and all this type of stuff, and you thinking it's free, these PPP loans and all this stuff, it's always catches. Nothing is free.
Right.
Freedom isn't free. Freedom isn't even free.
That's right.
Right.
So, we must be self-supporting. We got extraordinary ideas. We are divinely gifted. We've been divinely sent in this day and age, in this time, because these are some of the roughest, or probably some of the roughest times in history.
Yes.
This is probably one of the roughest periods in history. People are being exposed. You're gonna have a lot of people fleeing. You're gonna have mass suicides. You're gonna have mass overdosing. You're gonna have mass killing. You're gonna have mass mayhem. You're gonna have purges daily.
Literally.
Literally. But in all of that, and all that hell, we have to find a way to get our children, our grandchildren, and great grandchildren. We have to find a way, and it's through fighting. It's through doing things that are uncomfortable, doing things without being recognized, without being acknowledged, being scorned and spat upon mentally, being called blasphemous and non-believers in Christ and all of that shit. And this is why I say people that take on this journey have to have some extremely thick skin, and this is why we've gotten rid of some people, that everybody that talks Black Power ain't about Black Power. A lot of people that talk Black liberation is for self-liberation. What can I get out of it? Poor me. And that doesn't work for me. All of us have traumatic stories. All of us been through hell. All of us been through the muck and the mire and hellfire. you know. And so when you've been removed from that and you've been strengthened from that and you've been dusted off and polished off and have rose above the ashes, you know, that's divine. That is strictly divine. That's not for nobody to understand or nobody to figure out. It's just for you
That's
to
it.
know. It's just for
That's
you to
it.
know,
Make sure your
you know,
microphone.
and then, you know, and it's no coincidence and no accident that
I
the
need to
creator and our
record.
beloved, all of our beloved ancestors have guided us to be on this on this panel, on this bill. Because everybody don't
Yep.
belong on this bill. Everybody don't belong on this bill.
Hey, brother,
Everybody don't need to be on this bill. Everybody's not worthy to be on this bill.
Ashe.
So,
hey, brother Sankofa,
you know,
brother
yes, sir.
Sankofa, I've been doing this for a long time, and I came to realize, man, as far as our people as a unit to wake up, come together, whatever, man, it's gonna take at this point, it's gonna take something drastic to happen to us for us to wake up,
Huh.
man. But man, I don't see it.
I don't either. I'm with you, Kimbardo. Because I
I don't.
try.
Yeah, I'm still
I
thinking, but
told you all. I told
that's
you
what it's
all
gonna
that
take.
2024 ain't no joke. I'm telling y'all now. Telling y'all now. Y'all thought 2023, 2022, 2021, 2020 was hell.
Tell
You
them.
haven't seen
Tell
it yet.
them.
You haven't seen it.
Yes.
You haven't seen it. You haven't had your foot in the lava of what's
Mm.
about to come. You know,
No.
and if you're not prepared, if you're not prepared, don't think that the creator and the ancestors have us on this built like this just to be babbling and exchanging ideas and shit. No, this is a preparedness evacuation plan for liberation. This shit ain't no game. And that's why I say everybody's
Yes.
not cut for it, because you're not willing to die for it. So you have no business in this shit. You have no
Right.
business in
Yes.
it.
Ashe. Ashe.
You know,
That's
people
right.
want to, you can't dress up black liberation. You can't switch
Ashe.
black liberation. You can't sex black liberation. You can't even
Ashe.
talk it no more. You're gonna have to walk this shit. You gotta shit black power. You gotta eat black power. You gotta eat black
Right.
liberation. You can't be bullshitting with this.
That's right.
Because I'm telling you personally, if you bullshit, I'm going to expose your ass. Period.
Mhm.
For the sake of future generations. Not to, you know, it's just that simple. You're not cut for it. You're not built for it. Back off. Get off the
It was
field.
like
Let the real players,
first time.
because it's just like football. We've been selected as a fucking all-pro team. And we got to come out the tunnel. We got to be ready to win. We got to be ready to get our shit broke up, but we have to fight. We have to fight. And this the thing that these churches and these mosques, they preach this, turn up a cheek
Ashe.
shit. I'm sick of that shit. I'm
It's a
sick of
Same.
that.
church on every
Ashe.
corner, or 2 or 3 on one block, and it's yeah, that's not the answer.
And they
I
keep
know.
Right.
tranquilizing our people, making our
Yes, that's
children
what it is.
sissies and making them over passive and over forgiving towards the devil
Exactly.
and all this bullshit. I'm sick of that
Hey,
shit. I'm
like that
sick
because
of
of
it.
the food,
Number
man.
two.
Yeah, it gotta
Like
stop.
that because of the food. That's one part of food they eat coming up
Absolutely.
on.
Sister had said, shoot, do you you wanna I'm giving you the floor. You've been quiet
Oh,
the whole time, so
I,
I'm paving
I
the way
was
for you
listening.
in case you want to say anything.
I was shocked. It's time to fight. All this talk ain't doing shit. Let's fight. Let's get this shit started.
That's right. That's
We've been
right. That's
talking a
right.
long time. I'm
Um,
ready to fight and willing to
Me
die
too.
for it.
Me too.
that's
But
right. I
but
made a suggestion here on the screen. It says I'm gonna work on a community website listing or web page or something that everybody in our unit that offers a product or service, it'll be in one place, and we can refer people to that site. You know,
mm,
uh, get it circulating within our community and whatnot. So I have a email address that I'm gonna put in the comments because it's a public email address that I want you to send your information to so I can start to build the page. You know, whatever you're selling, and uh if you have a website, or how the person can get in contact with you, you know, to get your product or service. So that way, if we know what each other's offering, we can start doing stuff. You know,
Yes.
that's one thing to get started, and then we just work from there. That's something that I
Excellent,
can throw
excellent.
together fairly quickly, and I'm good with the tech stuff. Like I was a administrative assistant, executive assistant for 35 years, so I'm like
Oh, okay.
office savvy to the hilt.
Um,
I
oh
eat
yeah,
and
I
sleep
do.
office work.
So I'm gonna hang up now, okay? All right, baby.
I can assist in a lot of ways. Yeah. So that's one thing we're gonna get started, and be able to get that posted on social media and whatnot. And we have Mother Earth. I'm going to connect with her so we could talk about the farm connection. Maybe we can set something up coming for this spring
I can
with
invite him to come
you
on
know,
the show if you would like.
Hmm.
that
I,
is
I,
excellent.
I believe getting it
Yes.
done.
All right.
So
With me.
when we get off
Yeah,
from here, I'm gonna call him and I'm gonna let him know that I'm gonna invite him on the show. You tell me when to invite him on, he won't be on there.
excellent. Well, I'm ready to come back on Sunday if everybody on the panel, whoever can make it on Sunday, we got to kind of keep it rolling. Um, Brother Sankofa, you have your lives as well. But I'm thinking we can come back. You, it depends. Well, we can work with each other's schedule, but I'm ready to come back ASAP.
I thought
Whenever we can get a
I
collective
thought y'all
date.
was set for every Thursday.
No,
Not
not.
every
I
Yes.
Thursday.
mean,
Okay.
not particularly.
Oh no, I was
You come on.
asking
If
because
you come on Sunday, that's cool. If you come on Sunday, that's cool. That's
it's
cool
cool with
too.
me too.
And
I'm just asking because
Okay.
I asked on the job
So
to
this
keep
is what
Thursdays. I refused to work.
that'd be
That's why I was
great
asking
because
about Thursday.
I'm ready for the two sessions, so I'm gonna do Sunday and Thursday. So whoever
Okay,
can make it Thursday, come through. Whoever can make it Sunday, come through. I'm gonna be there both days.
okay,
good. Okay,
Okay.
that's
that's good.
excellent.
All
And
good.
Excellent.
plus, I'm gonna be on Brother Sankofa's live too. You on Sunday night, right?
Um, yeah, I might be on tomorrow night, depending on
Okay.
the research, and Sunday night, Sunday
Okay,
And
night
Brother Kenwado.
tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
tonight.
And your show, Brother Kenwado,
Oh, Rebel Vision Television.
at
9
9.
p.m.
Coming up right after this.
No,
Okay.
right.
All right. So I'm going to I'll attend your show as well, and anybody else is invited to Brother Kimwell's show. It's Rebel Vision TV on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Send me the link.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
not
It's
that savvy.
REB. It's
If
it's
you
REBAL.
in the chat, let me see.
REBAL television.
REBAL Rebel. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, Rebel
right.
Vision
Oh, I think
television.
I think I'm already connected to this.
Me too.
I am.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
on it
not
too.
allowed to
I'm gonna
subscribe,
put it in
so
the chat. Anybody else out there that
Okay.
we're live on YouTube, 2 channels on YouTube and Facebook right now. So I'm gonna put it out there in case anybody else wants to show up. Put that in the chat.
Yeah, so we have
And
a lot to
yes,
do. We have a lot to
go
do
ahead,
with our
sister.
people. We have a lot to do with our people. And even if we have to go underground because we don't want too many people to know who we are, because, we want to keep it, quiet. and until we got it done, because they're going to stop us at every corner, any kind of way they can, by any means necessary. They're going to stop us.
or try to,
Peace,
you
brother.
know.
Knowledge, peace.
Peace, brother knowledge.
Yes.
How y'all doing?
Yeah.
I agree with
Would
you,
you
Sister
like
Yang.
to go ahead
Yeah.
and speak?
You don't want too many people know in your business because,
Right.
it's funny. Everything that we do, they nip us at the bud. They just stop us from accomplishing
Hmm.
anything. So that's why I say maybe we should, be underground and, do what we got to do without them knowing it because, that we're so used to them. Everything that we build up, they turn
They
around
tear it
and bomb
down.
it up. They tear it
Yeah.
down.
Well,
I mean,
That's true.
every
that's their job.
yeah, every state
They
within the
know we the
United
enemy.
States that we have had built up, that we like Black Wall Street, we got all these places in Georgia, North Georgia belong to Black people. I mean, Wilmington, North Carolina, I think it was Wilmington, North Carolina. Every state within the United States that Black people tried to have something, they came and destroyed everything. I mean, we have Lake Lanier here where you have all those Black people were buried underwater and they took the land. Everything that we try to do, they try to keep us from doing, to keep their knee on our back so we can't move. But this time we're going somewhere. We ain't playing because even if we have to lay in the bush,
Lay their ass in there.
Absolutely.
that's
And
what I'm
that's the
saying.
thing.
That's what we
Okay.
gotta do.
Our strategy,
I'm,
our
that's
strategy is a lot different. Because each one teach one, and
And yeah,
just say where there's millions of us, right? And if everybody is doing what they supposed to do, and it makes the collective work, but we can't do it in one big group now. We have to have separate factions. We have to. But if those factions are working properly, it's still for the same collective. You understand?
I understand, but
Like they say,
we-
don't put all your eggs in one basket. That kind of
exactly.
mentality. Yeah.
Exactly. I agree with that. But again, we have to be keeping on a down low.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
and when and
Um,
when I said that, I'll lay in the bush, I would rather get them before they get me.
Right
oh
on.
yeah,
That's the bottom line.
absolutely. That's how you have to think now. Um,
Yeah.
well,
that's right.
like I said, they know we the enemy. We gotta realize that they are the enemy. They doing what they
Right.
supposed to do. We not doing what we supposed to do.
Right,
That's right.
right.
Yeah.
They don't give up, and so we don't give up.
You got it.
It looks like they got themselves a problem.
Yes, sir. I mean, yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes, yes. But that's how we got to think moving forward. If we say no weapon formed against us can prosper, we got to believe it. You know,
Right.
and I
But we
literally
also got to form
believe that.
weapons too.
That's right. That's right. What they say, heaven is surrounded by swords.
Yeah, and that's the
I
reason why
believe it. Makes sense to me.
that's the reason why they got Black Wall Street the way they did, because they didn't have no armed soldiers around.
Right. And everything was in one place,
You can't have
too
no community
vulnerable.
without no defense.
Well, it's almost like an impossible situation when you have war declared on you on your own land. It's like
Right.
they will go so far as to bomb what we've built. You know what I'm saying? On our
Exactly.
Yeah,
own soil.
Exactly.
they
Like when
bombed and
America
they put
get bombed.
yeah, they did what 85 86. Remember they bombed the community in Philadelphia. They
Yeah,
did it.
that was crazy.
Hello.
I mean, that opened my eyes to the agenda, you
Hello.
know.
And it was somebody that looked like us that ordered that bomb.
Yeah, I always be
Wow.
talking about they look like
I'll when I get out this meeting, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, dear. Bye-bye.
Yeah, it was somebody that looked like us, the mayor, that ordered that bomb to be dropped and burnt babies, men and women, children, burnt them alive.
And see, that is the one thing out of every attempt to stop us, that is what actually gets it in the door. Because we see them coming, but when they're mixed up within us, see that's a problem. Like we're gonna have to figure that out, how to
yeah,
deal
like
with this infiltration. You know,
we gotta move like how Harry Tubman moved
all
back
of
in the
our
day.
people got infiltrated the same way by us.
That's right.
So because we could be bought, or they could
Uh,
be bought.
Right.
Well, sometimes we talk too much.
That
To the
too.
wrong people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's like
Brother
now
It's
once
Knowledge.
time
we
to
get
get
a sniff of it, if we
Greetings.
got good noses and we get a little whiff of it, it has to be dealt with. You know what I'm saying? It
a
has
lot
to
of
be
times
dealt
you're sitting at your table.
absolutely. So
I'm a firm believer that we ought to develop our own code.
I
that
think so
too.
too.
I actually did that for my particular family. I just developed a 26 character language for us to learn. It's made
Hmm.
out of symbols, but I just did that.
Wow.
I have yet to present it to my family, but that is my challenge for them for 2024 is to learn this language.
Now you see what
I
it
don't even
means
know it
when
yet. We're gonna learn it together, but I just
All right.
created it.
when
Yeah.
Shaka when Shaka mentioned that this whole conversation was by divine order, how would I have known that you thought about code and for
No
me to
way.
mention
And I kid
it?
you not, I can get it. I can get it.
Well,
I literally just created it like 2 days ago.
well,
Completed it.
you know, during slavery, our ancestors had codes, and it was depended on how they wore their hair. Their hair,
Mm,
they used their hair, the braids and everything as a
mm-hmm.
code. You know, wasn't that amazing? Wasn't that amazing? I
Yes,
mean, they come here as slaves and they braided their hair in a way where each one of them understood what their hair
to
braid, the
identify.
hairstyle
Yes,
meant. Oh
you
man, they
label.
had it like you're gonna meet me over here. It was in
Right.
cornrows.
Wow, that's
You know,
what's
now
up.
you know those people were smart.
Yes, we
They're
are
very
very
smart.
intelligent, and
Yes,
when we're
yes.
able to eat right and whatnot, man,
And
we're off the
survive
moon. I
and
tell you.
survive off the stuff they gave them. Uh-uh.
And still was able to activate our superpowers on that
Okay.
sludge that they gave us to survive on.
Yes, yes. I am trying to find something that I had sent to some of you today. And it's a code. Oh my goodness, see there I go. And it
You
is
know,
about let me see, who can I go to get Janice? Okay, I'm on Janice's page, and here's what it says. It's protocol of the learned elders of
Of
Zion.
Zion. Yeah.
Okay, now y'all need to look at that because they telling you what they're gonna do. The same thing as eugenics. All of these people are the same. It's about how these Jews wants to run the world and how they are thinking about killing everybody off just so they can have the world. That is such a good
you know what?
that's
I was thinking that they would go through most of their own population just to
just
get
to get
most
to
of us.
you. That's exactly what I'm saying. So you should
Mm.
watch that and like I can't
What was the
the
name of it
general.
again? So I can put it in the chat.
Okay, it is Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion.
Yeah.
Protocol of the
That's
Learned
actually
Elders of Zion.
that's actually a book.
Yeah, well, I have the video, so I think I sent it to some of you, you know,
Okay,
and
I'll check.
Yeah, but please look at that because it tells you their plan.
Okay.
And see, and now since we got a hold us to it, we can work from there and try to undermine like they do us. We just have to learn how to undermine these people and their plans. That's all.
But yeah, that's
I'm an avid reader, so
War and Peace.
I'm an avid reader, so I would like to purchase the book.
Yeah, but I sent
Yeah,
it to
that's
you
what I
anyway.
was gonna say. Is it a book or is it a show?
I have it on the
Brother
video.
Knowledge, yeah, Brother Knowledge says it's a book.
Yeah, but I have
Okay.
it on video.
Yeah, let's see if it's on Amazon.
I got
Well,
it for
I
you.
Wow.
don't
Want
think they want too many people to know what their plans are. So when you first start
Mhm.
listening to the video, it tells you that if they know that you have come across this particular video or book, that they will kill you. They will come and kill you and your family because they don't want it out. Let me send it to you. Okay, because I don't know if it's on Amazon.
Yeah,
You know,
I
this
got
is
the
some.
book. I
Like
got
the
the
book
book on
now.
digital print. Y'all want it? I'll send it to you.
No,
Oh, okay.
everything's on Amazon, baby. Here it is right here.
Oh, good. Well, get the book. I'm gonna stick with the video.
Let me
But
pull it up so I can make sure this is it.
Yeah, it should
Right,
have
right,
the Jewish. Yeah, the Jewish. Yeah, that's it.
yeah, the Zion.
Got it.
They're talking about controlling the world and what they have to do. They're talking about the water being poisoned, the poison in the
Already.
water. They're talking about poisoning the food and all of that stuff.
Already.
So
$17.53 on Amazon.
Oh, yeah, you ain't got to pay for it. I'll just send it to you. I got it on digital
Now
print.
you can send it to y'all.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's on
Yeah,
digital
you gotta
format.
worry about it.
Yeah,
Please,
send it to me, Knowledge.
I'll put my email in the chat. I'll just send it to you. You know, big deal.
I would like to
Cool.
be sent the
Email address.
copy too.
But
Everybody
you
put
know
their
what
email
that said,
in the chat who wants
when you look back on what Sister Elaine was saying about the cornrows, and a lot of times various sisters would have their hair cornrows. One would be one would be twisted in the way of a certain time that they believe in. The other set of cornrows in the sister's head and the ancestors' head would be what route and what path they were taking. But with all that said, that they had to create these codes for people that look like us to prevent them from telling. Because when you look at it today, most of the times, who is the person from slavery to the work site today? What color is the person that tell you you're gonna get in trouble, you're gonna get fired if you do this?
Black.
Us. One of us.
Right. The house person.
one of us. Yeah.
And we have those. I'm just being real, because I don't, the religion I practice is realism,
That's
and
the truth.
don't do that. Don't do that, Miss. Don't do that, Mom Murphy. Y'all gonna get in trouble. Mr. Such and Such upstairs. He on his way down the elevator. It's the same way. It's the same way in so-called
He finds out from him.
so-called black consciousness. You have the same people. They have all this information. They got the answer to cancer. But when I'm telling you from experience, when that fire's turned up on that stove on that ass, you will see a whole different element. You will see a whole different element. Because we can sound good. We can sound real promising. We can sound so warrior spirited and all this shit. But when them people come for that ass, I've seen it in the streets. I've seen it in prison. I've seen it in families dynamics. I've seen it everywhere. I've seen it in organizations, movements, social media. When it's really time. When it's really time. Because a lot of people ain't willing to get their checks cut off. They'll talk some guerrilla shit though. But when you get that letter and say, your benefits are cut off, if you don't submit and follow through with the agenda, shit, Them be the first ones in church Sunday. You know, so I know how these plays are run, and I know who's, you know, sincere. That's why I said this bill right here is divine. I don't say that just for the sake of saying it, because I've vetted each and every one of y'all spirits, your energy, you know, and I can see 4 or 5 generations that came before you in you today. So I know, you know, I could tell you some things that you probably would never believe. You probably would never ever believe, you know, until you get on a certain frequency. But it's you know, I'm like Ken Wilder and Knowledge. We, you know, we've been duped. We've been duped and bamboozled, you know. So you know, you ain't gotta whoop my ass with a belt twice for me to do my homework. You know, you know, I'm just not that green. I'm just not that green. I'm just not that naive, you know. And so it takes a, once again, you know, these codes and all this stuff that we that if we develop these codes, they're not for the enemy. Because the enemy, that's their job, is to decode. That's their job, is to oppress us. That's just their
Yeah.
daily routine. They get up every morning and their job is to work on a particular agenda for our annihilation. That's what they're supposed to do when you are the inferior being. You're supposed to do that. They have that fear of us, but they have trained us and they have monopolized us. They have destroyed our bodies, our minds, our spirits, our souls. They have entertained us. They got us boat jangling, buck dancing, you know, same sex. You know, our children are being manipulated and violated and touched on. You know, we got youth that they're flooding and they're with fentanyl. They got guns all over the community. You know, that we didn't bring out, the black community didn't bring none of that shit in there.
Right.
You know, and so this is their job. This is what they're supposed to do. This is
Program
what
us.
they're supposed to do. And the residue, the leftover, are to go into slavery.
Okay.
Period.
So how do we undo? I mean, I know some of us can do this. You know, we know that we're programmed. We know that everything that's out here is to harm us. So, what we have to do, I think, is to find a way to undo what they have done. And instead of following this, see, we have a tendency, everything they do is good. If we see them do it, we want to do it. We have to stop following these people. These are the devil. These are the devil, you know, and they're going to take us to hell right with them. So what do we do to undo what they have done?
Okay, kill them.
In some
Fight.
people, it's impossible. In some of us, it's impossible to undo what they have done.
Well,
Right.
we're here. Well, we are here and we know what they have done. So first, I'm going to work on me and undo. Well, it's not much that they have done to me because, you know, I never fell for their okie dokie bullshit. You know, and here it is. A lot of us that's here is like someone said, each one teach one, or we can work with one person at a time.
Elaine, that's where I'm at. Sister Elaine, that's where I'm at. Trying to get the ugly out of me from them.
That's what I'm saying. The ugly out of us. You got to work on yourself
Right.
first. You know, and then
Absolutely.
you go out there and work on somebody else. But you have to
Absolutely.
maintain and keep your feet flat on the ground.
Right.
You know what you're doing. You know your purpose. You know your mission. So it's time for us to go out there and do it. They can't bother
Absolutely.
me. They can't take nothing from me. You know, but now each one teach one. First work on
Right.
ourselves. You know, and another thing is that everything you do, make sure it's done. Everything is positive. The air you breathe is good air. Whatever you talk is good. You know, draw good things to you so you can pass it
Absolutely.
on to somebody else. Just keep
Putting it out.
drawing we're not stupid people here, and we're not going to pretend that we are. We just need to start drawing good energy, knowing what
Right.
we're going to do, go about our business, and do what we got to do. It's just simple.
I bet you personally, everybody can pretty much testify that that's what they're doing. Because if we weren't, we wouldn't have been able to come together on one accord. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Exactly.
Right.
kind of like result of this is a result of us actually working on our own selves. Because
Right.
even to come together in this manner, you got to move your ego and a lot of stuff out the way. Like just for
That's right.
Absolutely.
this coming together, lots of work had to be done. We went through a
That's,
lot of shit
Absolutely.
to get
whew,
in our lives to get us to a point where we can even come here. It might look like it's a simple live to others, but no, that's not what this is. This is something different. These are people
bringing,
actually ready to do something. And, it's like a teapot ready to pop. We're steaming and we
yeah.
ready to roll. Everybody is
Well,
is is the same way.
not cutting you off, but this is what I call unity. It's like a small circle, but we're becoming unified, and we're
Right.
becoming very sensitive to our surroundings and what's going on with our people. So we're coming together to fight for our people, and that is so important that we do something, and we got to do something fast because, like I say, once you listen to that video and there's more like that, eugenics is doing the same thing. They're killing us. You know how many, and I'm not, please don't take this personal, ladies. We have killed over 20 million babies, 20 million black babies since 1972.
Mm.
20 million. And you know what? They did it because they created Planned Parenthood because they were afraid that we were going to outnumber them.
And we still
Mm.
did.
So,
We,
so
we
this is
still we
what
still
they
we still
did.
outnumber them. We still outnumber them.
I
Yeah,
did
but,
see that.
but listen, we could have had a bigger army if we hadn't have let them kill us off. We killed off our own army. 20 million black babies since 1972. And now
Mm.
it's time to get some, it's time to get them back because when you killed those babies and you brought them out, and I'm sorry, when you snatched them and broke the arms and the head and the neck and the legs out of that womb, I hate
Don't do
that.
it. Don't do it.
20 million black babies dead. 20 millions could have had our own army. Didn't have to worry about nothing, but we killed it off.
If you count it up, so that's okay. So that's 20 million from that area, and then it's 100 million from another area, and
Mm.
I mean, listen, come on
uh,
now. And they're talking
40
about another
million. That is
Holocaust.
incredible. That is an
And,
incredible amount
and
of our
look,
people.
hold on. We haven't even touched it yet. You talking about 15 million in the Atlantic Ocean, at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, that's still there. When they were bringing us transatlantic slave, they were bringing us 20 million people were killed between here and there. And don't talk about the ones that was killed in Africa, and don't talk about the ones that they were killed. And they talking about a Holocaust. What about our Holocaust? What about the Black Holocaust?
The tribal
Well,
murder.
well, for
Yeah.
for for them to be in charge, you think they're gonna let you have a any form of Holocaust? If you're indigenous to the land and you part your might is in your DNA, you have memory and spirit in your veins. Also, you can also bring that memory and spirit to life on a cellular level. So I mean, they're not going to give you a Holocaust, anything like that.
They
As far
won't
as
give
what
us
you guys were
anything.
speaking about, earlier, um, I think the movement needs to be treated like a business. You guys need to come together, put together a plan, make together outline, put together somewhat like a time chart for us, like 6 months to a year. and then just strategically chip away at the plan that you have. Put a few key people in place because it's not going to be in one state. There's several different states, so you need leaders as well as you need people to push the agenda as far as us. But yeah, we just have to treat it like a business. I found that out.
Branch out.
I've been part of many groups, and sometimes us ourselves we wear our own patients out. So to keep us
Overwhelm ourselves.
active, yeah, to keep us active and to keep us with the plan at hand. The movement needs to be treated like a business. We need to set it up like that. You know what I'm saying?
I
Business
agree.
plan, outline, and then just chip away at what you want to chip away at as far as each month. As I document a lot of things that go on for like the current events and stuff like that, we get tired. And then for the ones who's really for the fight, they go with the enemy because they're frustrated. And then we treat it like a business and we devise an outline and get everything, chip away at it. We start seeing results. And once we start seeing results, then it will be enthusiastic. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when people go to
Yes.
church or people be Islam, all that type of stuff like that. When a lot of people join those particular groups because of the brotherhood, the sisterhood, and stuff like that. You got to think about why we so addicted to holidays because of the family.
Mhm.
Even though we conscious and we're righteous people, but we have other family members that work 9 to 5, so they have that time off. So therefore, while they have that time off, we know they have that time off because they working for Mr. Charlie. So of course we're gonna try to, you know what I'm saying, go kick it with them and stuff like that. So it's all about strategically moving and executing. And we need someone to definitely be on the law side because one thing I know about Black people, we do not do paperwork. We
That's where
have to do paperwork because
that's one of my
we
specialties.
don't do paperwork, and a lot of us don't know how to write paperwork. One person can't learn how to write affidavits. One person can't know how to deal with contracts and stuff like that.
Right.
We need a team. We need a team.
Mhm.
We need a team, and we cannot overwhelm the team. Simple as that.
Right, right, right,
Because
right, right.
most people still dealing with life, even though we ain't been eating right our whole life, we still dealing with that. It's a lot of stuff that we dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So that's the best way to do it as far as the movement.
Yes.
And if you want to form a foundation or a nonprofit, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? And we, just move like that. That
Yeah.
way you can move in certain areas that will allow you to move versus we just have a group and
Right.
we try to move somewhere we can't move. We have to do the
Right,
paperwork.
right,
We,
right, right.
we have
I
Thing
to
you
agree.
need
play.
to do is put
We have to
together the
play. We have to
outline.
play their game to a certain extent. I'm not saying go be no coon or nothing like, but y'all trust me. I ain't saying none of that. I'm saying is play the game to a certain extent where we can move about and be in certain places that we would not supposed to be in. That's pretty much
Right.
Right.
what I'm saying, and not wear our patience out.
I, I,
Right.
I,
I've been in this for a long time, and I done seen groups come and go, and they
Mhm.
get to argue with each other and stuff like that. And
That's it too.
one thing for sure, we have to have love for our people and not the
Yes.
enemy
Right.
because
Right.
they love their plan, which is white supremacy.
right.
We have to love our plan. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? Which is black supremacy. We have to love our plan, so we have to love our
And
sisters.
whoever is put in charge, they need to be respected and,
Yes, yes.
listened to.
Absolutely.
And all ideas have to be taken into consideration, and it needs to
Right.
be, no ideal is a bad idea, but it needs to make sense. And we can't
Right.
have
Or to,
radical
have
ideas.
faith in your
It's-
leader.
Yeah, we can't move like that. You know what I'm saying? We
Right.
have to move very, very, very strategic. I'm telling you.
Very.
And
I
that's
agree.
pretty much
I
it.
agree. That's how you start a business anyway. I definitely agree.
I
You
say the
know,
same thing about family. I actually was able to manage my family pretty well by doing it just like a business model, especially when I was a single parent, you know. My calendar management was everything. Like I was able to do so much in my life with my kids as a single parent by micromanaging my time. And that was something that they teach you how to do when you're a secretary. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing. You're managing your time, the office time, you're managing your boss's time. And when you put in charge of other people's time, they're not going to let you waste it. And in that position, you can't make no mistakes. You can't be booking a person to be in California and Colorado at the same time. You really got to pay attention. So that's a
Right.
skill that I picked up on quite meticulously throughout the years is time management. And
So
you
why don't
really
you
can get a lot done.
so why don't you write up a plan?
Yes, I could do that.
Yeah, I think that's a start. I
Yeah,
think that's a good start, because we do have to have plans
gotta have
and
an outline.
right, and you go ahead on and do that. I mean, I'm not. I mean, I guess it should be a vote, but you're so already so much as volunteered.
Well, we can go.
Yeah, yeah. But
Somebody will.
you say you have these skills and
Oh yes,
you
I
know
do.
how to do the planning and stuff. So I think
And the thing about it
because I
is
know I
about
can't do it.
you
I can't do
You know,
it.
it's very easy since we're in the age of Aquarius. A lot of
Yeah,
things is online.
I'm
So
yeah.
Aquarius.
It's not hard at all,
a
especially for me.
simple
Like
business plan and
I've been a
outline is
notary for
online.
24 years, so
Yeah,
I know
well,
how to create documents of all kinds. So
see, that's what I'm saying. She has the experience.
Right. And I will tell you this, sister. If you can't find something, call me. I'll find it for you.
say it again.
If you can't find something, call me. I'll find it for you. You know what?
Absolutely. Yes, thank you.
And I can help with it, with finding stuff too.
Right, right.
Because I'm
Yeah,
up all night long
the
reading and
question, and
researching.
that's the thing about me. I will reach out. I'm
Yeah,
very
yeah.
like that. I will reach out if I need, whatever
Yeah,
I need, I'll reach
and the
out.
main thing is what we're trying to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the
Exactly.
goal? What's the goal we're
Yeah.
trying to accomplish?
Number
And how
one,
long?
go ahead.
And how long do
It's
we
gonna
want to
take.
take to accomplish it?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. All of that will be in the outline.
Right.
Yeah, we'll have a
I,
very
I,
good picture of the goals and
yeah.
and just to get it started. It could always be
Right.
tweaked. I definitely want y'all to, you know,
I
help
heard
me.
I heard him say what a
So many
timeline,
other
but he said,
words.
"What's the goal?"
Say that again. Did you say what's the goal?
Yeah, I said definitely
Mm.
want to know, like, set a goal and then have a timeline for, like,
He
how long
said,
do
Yeah.
you
I,
want
I
to
heard
take
the last part.
yeah,
What's the
to complete the goal?
timeline? But timeline of what?
So I would say the
No, I'm saying
timeline,
the timeline of a goal that you guys set.
right? Like basically we should do it a year at a time. Like we
Oh,
want to focus on what
so
we
is
want to
that
get
supposed to
done
be all
this
of us
year
on
what
that goal?
what you want to accomplish within
collectively.
that timeline.
Yeah,
Yes,
what you
what
want to
we want to
accomplish.
collective
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
individually and collectively. But
right.
right now we're going to focus on the collective goal because everybody is going to take what they're good at and work what they're good at from there, So I'm going to work on the document outline. Somebody else can work on something else from there. But so what's going to happen is I'll create the outline. We come together. I present it to us and we come up with any edits or, that we might have. And then we go back and I'll do the edits. And then we'll eventually have a finished document pretty much by like that second go round. We should be done. I'll present it to you. You'll give me edits and ideas. I'll go back and make the edits. Give it to you again. Maybe you see another edit or two, and we go from there. It should be done pretty much after that.
Okay, so
'Cause in the corporate office, they say, I need you to get this done by Friday. And whatever it is,
but
you
what
better
are
have
you
it
doing
done.
by
So
Friday?
whatever.
Like with my organization, the Rebecca Project, first
Mhm.
of all, I had to see what I wanted to do, So my aim was to work with children. And my
Mhm.
goal is to rehabilitate them, you
Mhm.
know. And I think what it is that we need to find out, you know, exactly what are we doing first before we, you know, do the outline or a draft or something like that.
That's true.
Mm. Okay. So it's
You know,
basically how it would start out is what you give yourself a series of questions, and I would start out with maybe 4 to 5 questions. You know, what's
so
our mission? What
right, your
you know,
mission and your purpose and you and all of that stuff you have to, you know, put in order, and then, you know, from there I think you know, write down everything that you want to do and where you're going with it.
hmm
Definitely that. Definitely.
Yeah, you gotta figure out what is it for, where am I taking this, and you know, and stuff like that. But we can talk about that stuff. We can all get together and talk about it because you're supposed to be calling me by Friday anyway.
right. But
You
see,
ain't
that's the
that.
thing. We have so much within each section. We got to start out by just getting a general outline. So that's pretty much where I'm gonna start. And like I said, I'll present it to you guys. You guys will come up with whatever additions you want to put in the sections, and then we go from there.
Okay, I hear you.
Time, yeah. It. I mean, we're gonna do a back and forth thing, probably 2 to 3
Right,
times or so before we get a complete document. You know, and
right.
that's gonna
But
be a
And
basic
once
thing
and
too.
once you get it, you execute it to the
Right.
fullest.
Start
Execute it.
from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think that the first, well, we could vote on that, but the first thing that we need to do is get a compiled list of everyone's service or product that they offer, so that we'll
mm,
know, you know, okay, this is Brother Sankofa's department, or this is Sister, you know, Mama Earth's department, this is Elaine's department. So we'll just know. Or if we're looking for a product or service, you know,
right.
we'll have access to it. And that's something that can be done fairly quickly, you know, even if it's a document that I would start and circulate it around, everybody put their own information on it. Or they start sending the information into the email address. So we
Mm.
could start formulating, you know, formulating stuff.
Right. Who is on the House of Tanya 23?
That's me. That's my
I
email
sent you the
address.
book. I sent you the book.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Thank you, brother. Let me make sure I
It's
got it.
9 o'clock.
Y'all
Yes.
finna get
Brother
on
Kimwa
Rebel
left
Vision.
already, right?
Yeah, y'all
Yeah.
finna
Okay,
get on
that's
Rebel Visions.
It's not
Revelation TV.
Television. Rebel
For
Vision
whoever can
Television.
make it.
Okay, I'm,
Brother,
you know, you know, I'm
It's
used to saying
REBAL. Television.
REDAL
yeah.
Television.
television. I
Tele-
got it.
Okay.
yeah.
I'm getting ready to go there now.
And so I guess we're gonna
All
wrap
right.
up
Good
here,
night, sisters.
everyone. We had another
Right,
wonderful build,
Good night.
and we will get back together. So we're going to come every Thursday evening. We're gonna meet at 7 p.m. For those that can make it on Thursdays, and we'll also have a session on Sunday evening for those that can make it um at that time.
y'all shoot me your phone number.
And I will be sorry I
All
didn't hear
right.
you.
Shoot me your phone number.
Okay.
Okay. Are you
Okay.
talking to
I'm talking to you, Yvette, and
okay.
the other young lady.
Okay.
You can put
I
it in
sent.
the chat.
Yeah, put it in the chat.
Okay.
Well, put it in the private chat, you know, because if you put it in the chat here, it's gonna be public.
Listen, just call me.
It is a private chat. Okay.
It says
That's not a
private at the
problem.
top left. Yeah, on the right side, but the top left tab.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. It says private there.
Okay, I'll figure it out.
And
I'm trying to get into this.
so we'll wrap up this session. And thanks everybody for coming. And we will definitely get back, you know,
All right,
together
sounds
Thank
on
good.
you.
Sounds good.
Thursday. on
Okay, you
Sunday.
too. I'll
All
see
right.
you. I'll see you Sunday.
Okay.
See you Sunday.
Peace and love, everyone.
Peace and love,
Good
Um,
seeing
everyone.
Kofa. I'll see you over at the Rebel
Okay,
Vision.
General.
And Sister
all right.
All
Earth,
right.
I'll see you guys over there too. All right.
All right. Much
Peace.
love to you all.
Much love.
Uh-huh,
Peace
you
and love.
too.
Yes.